It's really starting to feel like it's coming to an end, doesn't it? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. And before I get into this video, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Coming off of the John Cena retirement tour, it feels as if all eyes have shifted towards AJ Syles in his match against Gunther at the Royal Rumble, where his career is on the line. It is no secret that AJ Styles' contract is reportedly up in February, lining up where it's looking as if it's a very real possibility that his match against Gunther will in fact be his last. But before we get to that, we had a banger of a match between Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles tonight on Saturday night's main event, which you can easily argue that this is the best edition of Saturday night's main event that we have gotten since its return. And these guys have a vast history dating back to New Japan. AJ versus Nakamura and Okada versus Omega in New Japan were some of the matches that brought my love of professional wrestling back. So from a personal standpoint, this match was very sentimental to me, especially due to the fact that their previous matches in WWE were so bad. I know that his match against Nakamura at WrestleMania in New Orleans, I believe, was one of the more disappointing WrestleMania matches, at least for me, in a long time. So it really felt good that these guys were able to go out there, put on a show, put everything out on the line. AJ Styles coming out with the mask, coming out with gear that looked similar to his gear in 2016. It was nostalgia at its best. And Nakamura, I know a lot of times people they kind of really undervalue the guy because it really feels as if that for the last several years that he's really just been cashing checks and really hasn't been doing much on the main roster. But when the guy can go, when the guy has the opportunity to show that he can go, he shows it. When the guy is motivated and given the chance, he shows that he can still go. He's just not asked to go that often. And for this match, it really felt as if this was the finality of AJ's career. It feels as if this was kind of one of the bows that are wrapping this whole thing up. With AJ, he doesn't have the ability to do what John Cena was able to do, where he was able to go and have all these different matches with guys that were big time opponents throughout his career. Because if you look at things, Kurt Angle, a big time opponent in AJ Styles' past, can't wrestle anymore, physically wise. Sting, he's retired. Samoa Joe in AEW. Christopher Daniels, he's retired and also in AEW. So from a WWE standpoint, it's really slim pickings for him to wrestle people who are from his past. We saw him go up against John Cena, which was great. And we saw tonight him going up against Nakamura. And you saw the embrace and you saw them recreate the moment that they had in their match in 2016 in New Japan, where they were in the middle of the ring and they showed respect. And it was glorious, just from a personal standpoint. And it's so funny because if you watch this match, and if you watch back AJ Styles' previous matches just throughout the last couple of months, the guy still has it. It's not as if AJ Styles is at a point where it's very obvious that the guy has taken a step back. Is this AJ Styles from 2016, 2015, 2014? No. But this is a guy who you can still put up an argument that he is in the conversation for the best workers in WWE at this moment. And there's a part of me that still thinks that this might not be AJ Styles' last match because I don't know, something about him having his last match in Saudi Arabia, it doesn't sit well personally for me. But who knows? Maybe it's just me thinking too deeply. In a dream world where I could just, wave a magic wand and have a wrestling wish come true, his last match would take place in a TNA ring in Nashville or in Orlando against Samoa Joe. If it was up to me and this was a fantasy world where I could just wave a magic wand, that would be how his career would end. But going up against Gunther, I think that that's somebody who I think most people would recognize is the guy who has really positioned himself as the final boss, not to take away from The Rock, in WWE, with him having seen a tap out, with him potentially being put in a position where he could retire AJ Syles. You know that sooner rather than later, that dream match that everybody's been waiting for, him going up against Brock Lesnar, is going to happen. And whoever's the guy who is going to be able to get a clean pin or a clean tap from Gunther after this is going to be put in a position where he is going to be set for a really prosperous time period in his career. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Do you think that his match against Gunther is his last? Do you think that will be the end of AJ Styles' career? What did you think of this match against Nakamura? Put in the comment section, guys, what is your favorite all-time AJ Styles match of his career? Let me know. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.